Welcome to this week's episode of Beyond the Box with your host and CEO of BabbleBox, Sherry Langberg. Sherry interviews the world's biggest brands, agencies, and influencers to uncover their influencer marketing secrets to success. Go behind the scenes and learn how you can make influencer marketing part of your social media playbook. Subscribe to Beyond the Box at podcast.babblebox.com. Listen to all of your favorite episodes and follow us on Instagram for more influencer marketing inspiration.
What started out as a passion has turned into one of the leading jewelry companies now celebrating its 10th anniversary. I'm pleased to welcome to our show today, Holly Daniels Christensen, founder and CEO of Dune Jewelry. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show and congrats on your 10-year anniversary of Dune Jewelry.
I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but I can't. It goes by so quick. Thank you.
Yeah, we're celebrating kind of our 10th too. So I know I remember those days sitting at my desk by myself, and it's an amazing feeling. Tell me how you kind of went from starting to develop jewelry as a hobby. Describe those early days.
It feels like I've been on fast forward, but if I think back, I had always wanted to have a creative outlet. I love the beaches of Cape Cod where I grew up. And I was helping my childhood best friend, with her business where she made these ornaments out of sand from local beaches on the Cape.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go out to different arts and crafts shows and see the reaction that people had to the sentimental value of that sand or from specific places. And we started working together more seriously and thought, what's the next level? What's something that we can do where people can carry this sentimental item with them always? And the answer was jewelry. And ultimately, she decided to continue with her business and raise her 3 sons. I decided to pursue the jewelry aspect of what we were doing. And, fast forward 10 years and it's crazy. But I started right at my kitchen table, just honing my craft, playing with different sands from different locations all over the world, figuring out how to use jeweler's resin and different epoxies and different techniques that the jewelry industry.
Yeah, sorry. Are you trained at making jewelry, or did you take a jewelry maker? Like, how does one start to make their own jewelry?
Yeah. So I took a few classes at a place called Metalworks in Waltham, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it was all trial and error.
And so how do you mass produce that now? Or is it still handmade by people?
I don't wish it was mass produced, but I do wish. I remember in the early days, people would say to me, well, this isn't scalable. This custom personalized artisan crafted jewelry is not scalable. So if you want this big business or you want to grow larger, it's not going to happen. And I'm like, you know what? That's crap. There has to be a way. And so we started figuring out processes and procedures and ways to design the jewelry so that it was a little bit easier or more efficient to craft. But no, we hand make and personalize every single piece. So if you go on a honeymoon and you come back and you want to hold a tangible reminder of that moment, on a beach honeymoon or a hike or something, you can bring back sand or even a rock or leaves or flowers, and we can incorporate it into our jewelry.
Amazing. So I am the person. I have rocks from Santorini.
Yes.
I have stuff from Seville, from Spain. So tell me about your sandbanks.
It's incredible. It's incredible. So again, back at my kitchen table 10 years ago, actually it was like 12, but we started the business 10 years ago. I would call the town hall and say, hi, can I speak to someone about obtaining 1 cup of sand from this beach or that beach? And they would kind of bounce me around the town hall and they'd be like, do you need to like fill a sandbox? I'm like, no, just 1 cup for my business. And I would go on these road trips and collect 1 cup of sand because come to find out 1 cup of sand can actually last years and years. It makes over 1,200 pieces of jewelry. So I know. But the coolest thing is that once we started as a business, our customers would call and say, hey, I just got back from Iceland. I have a little pinch of sand that I brought home. Can I send it to you so that you can make something for me? And of course, my answer was absolutely. 9 times out of 10, it would be more than a pinch. It would be a few tablespoons or sometimes crazy, pill bottles, Altoids containers, all filled with sand or flowers or rocks. And we would call the customer and say, hey, do you mind if we use the rest of this to add to our sandbank? And they would say, sure. And so now we have over 4,500 sands and natural elements in the sandbank.
I'm going to ask, which is the most popular piece of jewelry with which sand? Not the most popular jewelry, but which sand is the most asked for?
That is a tough question. We're actually replatforming our website next year so that we can track that. But right now we only track the designs, but I'm really close to the business. So I do watch orders go out the door. And I would say there's a lot of very typical, what you would think, like Cape Cod, Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard is very popular. Long Beach Island, New Jersey is very popular. Yep. If we go up north, Prince Edward Island is very popular because it's this really cool, like red,
Canada.
Yeah, red ruddy color that's really incredible. But then a lot of the Caribbean islands, and I do notice too, and this is going to sound crazy, but it does tie into influencers on a large level. Do you remember when the Kardashians went to Iceland for the first time? I saw a correlation between them going to Iceland, then Iceland becoming a very trendy place to travel, or trendier than it was previously. And then I would see a lot of requests coming in for that. So while that might not be our most popular, I definitely saw a correlation.
That is so interesting. We just did, some kind of appreciation gift, and we'd sent for clients to pick their favorite gummies. And it's so interesting to see everyone picked like a peach, I don't know what it's called, gummy bear. And I'm like, I can't believe out of all these flavors, people picked peach gummy bears. It's so interesting to see what people choose in terms of their favorites.
It is. It is. And it's so tough to like stay on top of what people are going to be doing and liking and what's trending. But I'm always looking.
Yeah, it's very interesting with the data. You like looking at that data and seeing if there's anything you could do with it. On that note, you must get such wonderful stories from customers. Like, are there any or one that stands out?
When we had a smaller studio, I would be sitting kind of in the middle of the floor, like of the production floor, and my team would know when I had this sounds insensitive, but it wasn't, when I had a crier on the phone, because I would start crying. So someone would call, can I speak with the founder? And they'd start telling me their story, and they'd be crying and I'd be crying, and the whole team can hear what I'm doing. Cause we're a small business. Now I have my own office, but back a few years ago. And that's how sentimental this is for people. So I would say one of the most sentimental stories I received was a woman who had gone to the same beach on the South Shore of Massachusetts every single year on similar days with her grandmother, and they sat in the same exact place every single time they went to this particular beach. And longer story short, her grandmother passed. She sprinkled her grandmother's ashes in that place, and then a few months later learned about Dune and went back to that place and scooped up a half a cup of sand and sent it in to us. And her story was just so touching. She and her grandmother were so close, and they were such deep lovers of the beach. And that particular beach, it was really emotional. Yeah.
That's amazing. I can't even, it's such a wonderful business. So, I'm kind of thinking about your business and how you got started. Cause I remember when I got started and it was like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, like it kind of was still so new. And so how did Facebook back in the day help you grow your business?
Well, I think that, and because there was no Instagram back then, I'm still trying to figure that out. Facebook was my main source of connection with the outside world. I would post everything on Facebook, and this is when it was so organic, and you had direct conversations with your customers and people who are interested in your business. So without even knowing it, I was creating these small focus groups, and I would put up designs. Do you like this? Vote on it. What do you like about it? Would you buy this? How much would you buy it for? I mean, I was speaking of data. I mean, I was collecting all this data without knowing it. I wasn't trained. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that there was all this goodness on Facebook where I could connect with people and get true feedback. And it was amazing, amazing. I still have people who follow me to this day on Facebook from 10 years ago.
And I'm sure like polls and their functionality didn't even exist. It was probably just
No,
was it all your friends, or did it grow organically and people telling people?
it did. I mean, it was, I mean, I don't even think we spent a penny with social media marketing up until maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, it was all organic. We do guess this element contest, and it would be like sand collected on the Hollywood Trail versus sand from Positano, Italy. And, yeah. And we just get people really talking, and you had a much further reach back then than you do now.
Yeah, now you have to pay for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know I have a friend who's in the jewelry business, or she was, and she's always talking about why she closed down her jewelry because she would say to me, no one cares about jewelry anymore. They care about it, but they want gadgets and gizmos and so many other things. So this is so personal and so bespoke. But are there any creative ways in which you stay on top and fight for that attention amidst consumers when there's all, other interests in terms of consumer, wish list trends?
Yeah, I think that the great thing about Dune is that trends come and go. We will be here forever because we don't necessarily sell jewelry and accessories. We sell memories and aspirations, right? I can take that rock from Greece from you and crush it up a little bit and put it into a piece of jewelry that you can hold on to forever. We have a lifetime warranty on everything we do. So now you've got this tangible reminder of these special moments. And, I think we're just getting started, which sounds funny after 10 years, but you have to remember, I'm self-taught. I didn't go to college, and I actually didn't finish high school. I left home when I was 15. So these past 10 years have been just a learning experience for me. And now here I am getting started. And I believe that we're kind of the bridge between the millennial generation and the jewelry industry, because I always say to my team, I'm like, if you give someone the opportunity you give them a choice between a $10,000 diamond tennis bracelet or a $10,000 trip to Thailand for 2 weeks, what are people going to choose for the most part?
I mean, I think back in the day, the diamond bracelet, but I would be off to Thailand in 10 seconds.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So I think that's the really cool part of the evolution of humanity, is that we really truly are starting to make changes and value experiences over material possessions. And I mean, I love material possessions too. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's why Dune is so popular and just continues to gain momentum, is because we truly capture those moments. We capture the moments, and if you haven't been somewhere, so maybe it's not a memory, like I want to go to Greece someday so badly.
Mhm.
I wear a bracelet every day with sand from Santorini in it. And I'm manifesting it. It will happen someday. I know it. I'm sure of it. This is just going to help get me there faster.
That's amazing. So you brought up 2 points that and I might forget both my questions, but one of them was the millennials. And given what you do, I'm seeing so many opportunities, for strategic partnerships. And again, we're in COVID, which we could get to, but travel and strategic partnerships, which are you doing any of that, like partnering with a travel company or also nonprofits? I mean, there's just so much opportunity in terms of strategic alliances.
It's so true. And I think I need to work smarter at making that happen. But in the past, I mean, we donate a portion of all proceeds to the Association to Preserve Cape Cod. We also make donations to Surfrider Foundation, smilemass.org, which is a wonderful company that brings beach wheelchairs to public beaches so that people with, a handicap, physical impaired physical capabilities can be put in the wheelchair, not only get onto the beach, but all the way into the ocean. And these wheelchairs float.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it. I think everyone deserves a beach day, and Smile Mass helps make that happen. So no, I would love to partner. My dream is Sunbum or Sand Cloud. I mean, those two brands are just fabulous.
Yeah, no, definitely interesting. And so I just so much opportunity. And then talking about, the memories, but what's been going on several levels with COVID? Like people can't travel. So are people sending you like, oh my God, I miss traveling and I want a reminder of that, particularly this holiday season?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been reading some of the gift messages, which I love because they're always so sweet. And some of them are like really cheeky and funny. And some are really sentimental. It ranges. But I think when COVID hit, it was like a light switch turned off. We lost 75% of our revenue.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, because our business is broken down. 70% was retail partners. So we would ship wholesale orders to retail partners all over the world. 5% was live events and
Mm.
25% was our website. So that sucked. Pardon my language. I mean, that was terrible. I didn't know what to do in the moment. Thank God I'm just a fighter by nature and put one foot in front of the other and started connecting with our customers in a different way, getting on Facebook and Instagram a lot more and doing just a lot more personal engagement. And that really has helped our website come along. So I think with the messages I'm seeing, it's pretty intense how sad some people are, sad but hopeful. They're sad that they didn't get to go this summer to their family beach house where they connect with their entire extended family for a week. And there's a lot of these. So not only is there that aspirational travel that is halted where you just want to get to Fiji or the Maldives, but also you just want to get to the Jersey Shore to LBI where your family goes every year. And that's where
Nostalgia.
yes. And luckily, our sales are up about 20% on the website, which is saving us this year for sure due to
Well,
COVID.
the other good news, like for a lot of people like you, is that it's kind of propelled you. It's going to be amazing because now you got it like this, like e-commerce. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like advanced and rapid growth of like how to learn what to do online.
It's so true. It's incredible the things that I've learned as a business owner over the past 6 to 8 months.
Yeah. And how do you have a team? How's everyone internally? How's that been with COVID?
Yeah. So pre-COVID, I had a team of 28 full-time employees,
Oh, wow.
team members. Yeah. So I have a really highly creative, incredible people. And we had to lay people off. And some people came back and some people didn't. And that was okay. I mean, I understand. And I mean, I still have friends that really don't leave the house. It's just too anxiety inducing for them.
Mhm.
So the people who didn't come back, we parted ways as friends as much as you can. And we did some incredible hiring. And I think what I learned during this time is that previously I kind of have a mama bear vibe about me where I would hire people based on potential. And that COVID knocked that out of me. I hire on skill set, mindset, and cultural fit. That's it.
Yeah, maybe you could train me on that.
Sherry, I swear, go to bed tonight and say skill set, mindset, cultural fit, and repeat it like a mantra.
Mhm.
And I have made a couple really incredible hires over the past 2 months. But then I'm like, oh my God, please God, let them stay with me,
Right,
Like,
right.
they're so extraordinary that I feel blessed to have found these people.
Yeah. Again, I mean, as difficult as it's been, and speaking to so many just, entrepreneurs and emerging businesses, it's just, we're all kind of like navigating so these crazy waters by ourselves. I mean, like you said it, it's like I don't have a board of directors or advisors or, it's really challenging times. So kudos to you for doing it well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Some days I'm like, yeah, I'm kicking butt. And other days Like,
I know.
how did I even get here? I don't know
I
what I'm
know.
doing.
Me too. And then there's like, did I shower today? I'm working
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah. And you have to do all the like face-to-face Zoom calls and you've got a few days a week, you put on makeup and get
Yeah,
dressed. So let's make sure it all gets done that day.
exactly. So getting to, the heart of my, passion is, content creation and influencers. And I guess I wonder, I hear so many people like, oh, so many influencers are writing us. Do you get a lot of influencers writing you? And are they good influencers? And how do you feel through them? And yeah.
We do. We have a lot of influencers who will reach out and say, hey, I want to collaborate, which is great. I mean, I love that they even think of us. I think oftentimes they see kind of another influencer that they follow does something with Dune and they decide to reach out and they may or may not have any idea what we do. Yeah, I
It's
know.
always good.
Yeah, it's hard because we've got a bigger story a more complicated story to tell, right? We're not just a sleek, sexy, good looking jewelry brand. We're personalized, we're customized, we're travel oriented, experience oriented. So, but we look through them. My publicist, Carol, actually helps me sometimes if I'm overwhelmed with day to day operational stuff. Carol will jump in and look at different influencers. And I think one of the biggest things we look for not only is beautiful content, but someone who can tell a story,
Hmm.
who really can I don't know, that you can kind of feel their heart coming through or their excitement
Yeah.
about the brand or whatever they're talking about. When you can feel that coming through the copy, it doesn't have to be a lot of copy, but when you can feel that, it's important to me.
And I feel like there's so many ways you could go, but is there something that works better? Is it the travel influencer or the fashion and beauty like the fashion beauty like influencer that works better, or both?
I'm so glad you asked that question because we did a kind of an A/B testing type of campaign a few months ago. Normally we do beauty and fashion, but it was always in the back of my head that of course
Oh
travel
yeah.
influencers would be the way to go. And historically, or not historically, historically we've done the fashion and beauty, but this test that we did, I got totally knocked off my high horse because the beauty and fashion actually outperformed the travel influencers.
What?
Yeah, I know. Maybe
Like to like, same followers, same engagements on both sides?
yes, for the most part. And then also we had given out codes so that if anyone converted, we could track that. So more so conversions than anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I mean, the other one that I would look at, we're doing a lot of work now, just what's going on. Everyone's outdoors and hiking and biking. So a lot of brands are like those out, like, and the photography of some of these people like that are like these camping, outdoor nature explorers, wanderers. That's another angle. Not necessarily people who are traveling, but outdoorsy, I think would just, because there's like people who are like wandering trails and they just have the most, I mean, I just want to jump into like my Instagram account and like be in their photos.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely
Absolutely.
something I'm happy to share with you if you want any lists and want to look at them. I'm happy to share any
Oh
recommendations.
my gosh, I would love that. I would really love that actually.
And yeah, and then you mentioned sales. Do you, when influencers do it, do you track sales and do you see like, oh my God, we got sales, and what is a good number of sales? I mean, obviously everyone wants, tons of sales, but like, yeah, what do you measure as success in terms of sales?
I am working on coming up with a more set way to track everything right now, but we do track by code usage. Honestly, for a first time partnership, I'm happy with, I don't know, 6 or 7 sales that come
Yeah.
through because at that point you know that the audience is listening. I
Mhm.
also think that and I don't know if you find this to be true, in my experience, consistency really helps propel those sales, right? Like not just one off, like one off post, but maybe one post a month for a couple of months or 3 months, I think has been helpful for Dune in particular because of the storytelling that's needed. Whereas I think like Majuri, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but a brand like Majuri, which is so just sexy and beautiful and sleek, and it's just beautiful, well-sourced jewelry. I think you can do a one and done post and create a ton of buzz. But I think for Dune, you need a little more storytelling.
Yeah, and it's with anything in advertising, like it doesn't always hit the first time. It's like making that impression multiple times. And if you spread that message and it's always different people, you're still hitting them one time because it's different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that makes complete sense. Do you have an influencer campaign that just jumps out at you that really was your favorite campaign?
I have a few, and I don't know if you can call this an influencer campaign, but we ended up hiring Camille Kostek, who is now in the entertainment business. So she's not technically influencing, is not her sole job, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So she's, she was a Patriots, New England Patriots cheerleader and Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover model. And she and I became friends during the first and second campaign that we shot with, because she lived in Massachusetts here. And she is incredible. When she promotes Dune, we also have a collaboration together now. So it's a little bit of a different beast. We have the Camille collection. When she promotes, it's incredible, incredible. But I love like Take a Bite Out of Boca. Shayna was off. She's just always fun and gorgeous content. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's just fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome to know. I'm going to take a look at both of them. So thank you.
Oh, and then Sherry, do you know Adaletta Avdeek? I'm saying it wrong. She is unbelievable, and I love her. She's got a very large following, but she comes from this place of intelligence when she talks about products, and you can tell she really understands what she's promoting or selling or even just talking about. She's unbelievable. Love her too.
Thank you. I'm going to look for all of them. I'll tell our team too.
Yay.
Yeah, thanks. What do you have in store for Dune for 2021?
Oh, 2021 is going to be getting our operations really, really sleek and tighten up all of our operations, because if we're spending all this crazy money on operational things, we don't have the money to spend on marketing. And that's where we need to be spending. That's where we need to be focusing. I want to shout Dune Jewelry to the like from the rooftops. I want to be a household name over the next couple of years. And I believe the business deserves to be, because of the team and the good work that we're doing. So we have an experiential candle line coming. It's a teeny tiny curated collection of scents that take you away. So you can close your eyes and go to Hawaii or the Outer Banks or Bermuda, and they're going to be amazing. So the candles are really fun. And I'm in the process of writing. I shouldn't say writing. Yes, I'm writing. I'm writing a book.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's with a really cool publishing company. I don't know if I can say the name yet, but it's going to have pictures of our sandbanks. So these like really granular photos of sand from all over the world. It's incredible when you start looking at these pictures.
And so the book is it's like a coffee table beautiful book, or it's like a biography of you?
Nope, it's a coffee table beautiful book. We're calling it a nightstand book because it's smaller. And it's going to be called, tentatively, it's going to be called Happiness Comes in Waves.
That is beautiful. Oh my God, I have tears now.
Oh,
that is so nice, and a great, great name.
I can't wait.
Oh, wow. Keep me posted.
I will.
Yeah. And then I know you said people that you love in the influencer space, but I always end with my last question. So name an influencer you love to follow, but hate to admit that you do.
Okay. Oh, and I need to go back and say Chelsea Roy is a great influencer too.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. But this is a funny one because I'm okay with admitting, I think Jackie Schimmel is really funny. And I know she can be really, I don't know, she can be crazy sometimes, but I think she's great. Benny Drama. Oh my God. Amazing. Any of the Real Housewives, totally. Those I probably wouldn't admit.
Right. I do too. They make me feel normal.
They do.
Like
They
I'm like,
do.
okay, I'm doing this okay.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you 110%.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I mean, your story is just amazing, and I wish you so much success, and I hope you become that household name. And if there's any way we can help you get there, please stay in touch. Amazing, amazing story. Thank you.
Sherry, I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's Beyond the Box, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. Beyond the Box is brought to you by BabbleBox with your host, Sherry Langbert. Visit podcast.babblebox.com for more episodes and influencer marketing secrets.